Stoke 1, Sheffield United 2, and finally an away game for the Blades fans where they didn't collapse. Because we saw obviously at West Brom a couple of weeks ago, really in the game, should have been leading at half time and then just disappeared in the second half. And obviously at Wrexham in the last game on Boxing Day, 3-1 up in 24 minutes and go home with nothing and a 5-3 defeat. So Chris Wilder will be much more pleased with the resilience here, especially given that, the second half, Stoke came a bit stronger, got the goal, didn't they, for Wilmot? But it ends 2-1. Riedwald, that's been a great signing, hasn't it? Outside of transfer window, pick up, free agent signing. He's been tremendous. And Tom Cannon just likes the Bet365. He's been a strange player, Tom Cannon. Big, high ticket. What academy was he at? Was it Everton? And he came down to Preston. He played his best football at Stoke, didn't he? If you look at his numbers, far and away the most goals coming in, and just hasn't managed to do it at Sheffield United. But the Stoke fans have seen this before. He sweeps in what turns out really to be the decisive goal in this game from a set play. There are moments he looks like a top striker, doesn't he, Cannon? He's got it in there, but very, very inconsistent. Speaking of inconsistent, well, actually it's weird because we have got a win streak in recent history for Sheffield United. So in the kind of short term, they are inconsistent. No back-to-back outcomes in 6. But add that win streak in and go to a 9-game sample size. In 9 games, Sheffield United have scored 22 goals, so comfortably over 2 per game. And they've scored 19 points in 9 games. That puts them first in the Championship. So they are so weird, Sheffield United, because of that win streak. You can actually argue they're very good, but then they do very silly things like at Wrexham and like at West Brom. And I sit here and I've done month after month this season and gone, okay, is that Sheffield United sorted now? Are we going back towards last season? Chris Wilder told me not to do that, compared to last season. And he has a point, but he's very good at managing the narrative as well, Mr. Wilder. But yeah, I still don't trust them. But you can't argue with a 9-game sample size and having the most points out of anyone in the division. So that bodes well. What doesn't bode well is Stoke's atrocious run of 10 games. And who else are we going to talk about? Charlton. Stoke and Charlton. What's that scene in Napoleon Dynamite where the baseball player tries to go... He wants to go back in time to that moment. Or he's an American football player, is he? I can't remember. Because that was when life peaked. Life peaked for Stoke and for Charlton, as we're going to talk about, at round 14, when Stoke was second. And since then, 7 losses in 10, 0.7 points per game. So they've gone from being an automatic promotion side in second to a relegation side over 10 games. And the magic number is 10, because they are now 10th in the table. They can still, work this around. And I don't know what you need to get in the playoffs this season. 72? Let's make a guess. 72. So they do need to now outperform the first half of the season in the second half of the season to get up there. They need another 38 points from 22 games when they got 34 from 24. So I don't know. None of that matters if you're really trending badly down. And we love Mark Robins for being stable and, this horrible cliche these managers roll out week after week. We don't get too high with the wins. We don't get too low with the losses. We like Mark Robins for that stoicism. But, yeah, that needs to translate into something other than Sorba Thomas getting you goals and you winning low-margin games like they were doing in the first chunk of 14. So... this is the story. Real collapse over 10 games for Stoke and no second half collapse from Sheffield United in this one. Stoke 1, Blades 2.